Welcome to Charts Today. My name is David Linton, and today's edition for Tuesday, the 12th of December, comes to you from London. And we start, as always, by looking at the dollar. Dollar just weakening a little bit, but still above the cloud, and this medium-term transition now looking well and truly in train. Key thing, of course, is we break to a higher high here on the longer-term chart. We do have this upside target of 1% higher. We're just hitting a bit of short-term resistance here, but meantime, we're finding long-term support. So very much the case of transition. It doesn't happen in one straight line, and we're seeing here with the euro, we're just starting to come back into short-term bullish, but not quite yet. But medium term, we are starting to look bearish below the cloud on euro dollar, just reflecting that dollar strength. Still looking strong against the Japanese yen. Sterling is lower against the dollar, so stronger dollar there, hitting resistance here on the lagging line. Taking a look at sterling against the euro, weaker here as well, and against the Swiss franc. And against the Australian dollar too. Bitcoin just sitting really at this high 16,000 area, just struggling to break the 17,000 convincingly, but still very bullish above the cloud. And of course, the medium and long-term charts are just ballistic charts. Looking at the S&P 500 index, looking bullish as well, as is the Nasdaq, improved further overnight, and the Dow looking bullish, and the Russell 2000 just the lagging a little bit here, still not quite into bullish territory. The future looking bullish on the S&P, and the Nasdaq fairly unchanged at the moment, but still looking bullish. So it looks like tech markets recovering. FTSE 100 is looking better as well, above the cloud, having bounced, but still very much in this sideways trend for the year. And the FTSE 250 is also bullish above the cloud on all three time frames, but again, not much to play for in terms of the targets. The DAX just coming back a little bit at the moment. We do have upside targets of 1.7, 1.8%, and the Nikkei 225 looking bullish above the cloud as well. Hang Seng is still bearish, and the Shanghai market is bearish below the cloud, and just looking a little bit more worrying on that medium-term chart. The Indian Sensex market looking good, and the Australian market also looking stronger. Brent crude jumped yesterday on this pipeline closure in the UK, taking us to a new two-year high, back to the levels we haven't seen since really summer of 2015. So Brent looking stronger. We've got targets into the 70s here, quite a few targets, and the high 60s is the area that we're looking to next. So it'll be interesting to see if that run can continue. WTI also looking bullish, a target of 61, so that's 4.5% upside potential. Not quite making new highs the same way Brent is. US nat gas sitting at 2.84%. At $2.84, and copper still just bearish below the cloud in the short term. Gold is still looking a little bit bearish in the short term. We've got downside, these targets all having been met. We've got a further downside target to the 1220s, but it's still bearish. Not quite yet bearish on the long-term chart. Silver, on the other hand, is looking bearish on all three time frames. US Treasury yields sitting at 2.38%. And we are looking still bullish above the cloud here, so we are seeing targets higher than this. So sentiment is still there for interest rate rises. Apple now back above the cloud, looking stronger. Google also looking stronger. Amazon not quite back on the short-term chart. Facebook looking better again above the cloud, and Microsoft looking strong as well. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.